Hi, my name is Murville Guzman, and I am Bruin Pride. Well, I didn't really come out of the closet until my senior year at UCLA. I just recall when I was going to orientation as a freshman or before I started my freshman year, there was a time when they had like all these clubs lined up on a table in a room for the new incoming freshman class to check out. And I saw this guy representing, I think it was GALA, it was called GALA at the time, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance. And he was, just by himself, like nobody was going to him, and I felt bad for him. But I was still like deep in the closet. And I just recall that scene vividly. And then when in my senior year, I was thinking, I'm about to like enter the real world. And I think it'd be best if I was like honest with myself first before I enter the real world. And that's when I went up to the GALA office, and it was in the 3rd floor of Kirkhoff at the time. So you had to like make an effort to get there. So I just introduced myself to the people that were in the GALA office at the time, and they were enthusiastic to have me join their organization. So it was just a place that I hung out whenever I had any free time between classes or during my lunch break. Just a place for me to be comfortable being myself. And in terms of activism, I may have manned a table one time for GALA on Bruin Walk, which is a little scary for me at the time. And I recall like one guy coming up, kind of espousing, Christian stuff, Christian values, while I was like manning the table. And then a guy came, like, he was a member of GALA too, and he kind of stepped in and like, defended the club for me. And so like, oh good, I didn't have to argue with him or talk to him. So that I remember that. And then they also had dances at the Sunset Recreation Center. So I helped organize those dances as well. Oh, it meant a lot. It was like it meant a huge deal to me, because I was kind of struggling with my feelings for a long time, like even in high school, and then in college I felt I had to keep it a secret as well, because when I was involved in the student club, in the business club, I was closeted there, but there were guys that I was attracted to, but I couldn't really act on my feelings because I would be afraid to how they would react, and they would make snide remarks about gay people sometimes, and so I didn't feel like it was like a comfortable place for me to be open with my sexuality. And it would just like, the more I repressed it, the more my feelings became more pronounced. I just wanted to just hide from the world, and I felt like I was gonna be alone and be closeted the rest of my life. And I knew that there was the Gay and Lesbian Alliance was there, and a couple of times I attempted to walk up those steps to the 3rd floor of Kirkhoff, and then I would like back down and think, I'll do it another day. And then finally, when I just forced myself to walk up there and just blurt out loud, "Hi, I wanted to know how I could join your club," and the few people that were there were, happy, and they clapped, and then it just like was like a weight lifted off my shoulder, and it changed like the course of my life basically, because I didn't feel like I needed to hide anymore or repress myself anymore. Like, even though I thought maybe the majority of the world would be against me or hate me because I'm gay, at least I'd be honest with myself and true to myself, and that's what was important to me. Bruin Pride is freedom to be who you are, and that's because at UCLA, it became a safe place for me to learn who I am as a human being, and to be comfortable with who I am, and to meet other like-minded people who supported me and loved me for who I am.